address on first night of Democratic Convention. Story from Chicago, where the US President Joe Biden now urges the voters, electors, to vote for Harris. You can also read that story in page 17. Hamas accuses US of merely buying time for Israel in a war. That's also a story in Madrid. Israel, Netanyahu supports new bridging proposal for Gaza truce. That's also a story you can read there. As we move on, you can also take on DRC Health Minister says Mpox kills over 570 people. That's a story also you love to check on to. We move on to page 18. Eureka, global push to boost positive content on social media. A campaign by a Korean electronics company seeks to draw encouraging themes into online timelines. That's a story that you love to read there by Clifford Akumu. It is their story you can get to read in page 18. We move into page 19. Spice flavor, the trendy equalizer. That's also, please check out on page 19 to see on that. Now on teens, page 20, ways to know a man is in midlife crisis. That's also, I believe, a story that you love to find out. How to know that a man is in midlife crisis. Get your copy and read that in page 20 of the People Daily newspaper. In clicks, that is page 21, click and clicks, scenes and research. Grab your copy and check out on that. We move into Family Fusion, page 22. Beyond Norm, men skincare spa. As more of the not so fair gender embrace grooming and self-care, they are contributing to a culture that values personal well-being and self-expression. This change is paving way for future generations to grow up in a world where they are free from any constraints. That's a story that I believe you can grab to read by Faith Masharia. It is in page 22 of the People Daily newspaper. We move into page 23. It is a continuation of the same story. As we move to page 24, relatively speaking, tracing my steps from a Samburu villager to a music stardom. You can also read the story there. Story of Anne Kabale Lentini. Story by Caleb Korir. Grab to read that story, how she can trace back her way from the village to being a musician. Now, on taboo, why people die days to wedding day. I don't know what that is, but please read that story and find out more. Now we move into page 26, time out. This is where you'll find different TV programs ranging from K24, Kameme, KBC, Nation Media Television Network. We also find there KTN, and also you'll find the different TV programs for citizen or for the lovers of horoscope. Jump into page 26 and find horoscope there, and for the lovers of Sudoku, that is in page 26 of the People Daily newspaper. Now page 27 is an advertisement page. Grab your copy and check on what to find there. We move on to page 28, that is People Daily Sport. Now remember, before you forget, remember that People Daily newspaper is a free newspaper. You can move to any vendor, grab your copy and read more. I'm only giving you the brief of what to expect in the newspaper. Read intensively and get more of what is in that newspaper. And you can also leave a comment and let us know where you are viewing us from, and also leave a comment on how we can improve our services. Thank you so much for keeping tuned. Now let us continue with the People Daily Sports. How flying Sai soared high. Now, Belgium resists strong challenge to win mini East African Classic Rally in Eldoret. That's a story by People Daily. You can also read that. Muranga Sports event aims to quench climate crisis. That's also a story that you'll have to read. As Dollar Spurs Cup final kicks off in Mombasa. Equity Chess Club sets the pace with unstoppable start in 2024 Premier League. That you can also read of that story on Sport Matters. Moving into page 29, I'm Top Sport. KCB Rugby Football Club is ready for strong comeback in next leg of circuit after mixed result at Dallas 7. That is also a story that you love to read. Now also Embu Lenana and Agoro Sare School sweeps major sports events at Fiesta Games. That's also a story that you love to read in page 29 of the People Daily newspaper. Kenya netball team faces critical final selection ahead of Singapore Championship. A story by Shadrach and Ndega. You can also read that story in page 29 of the People Daily newspaper. Now moving into page 30, where we have Juventus nailed Como 3-0. That also you can read there. As final whistle, Germany captain Gundogan finally retires from international football. You can also get to read that story in page 30 of the People Daily newspaper. Wolves make loan bid for Arsenal keeper Ramsdale. You can also read that story there. FKA, that is FKF, Football Kenya Federation prepare for SGM after contact case dismissal. That's also a story I believe you can check. Now, Thiago Motta era starts with win against Fabregas 8 side. Now that you can also read and the same story. We move on to page 31. Ojuka plans to anguka nayo. Long jumper optimistic of podium finish on his Paralympic debut in Paris. That story about Ojuka. You can also read that story and much more. Dominican para athletics train in Marseille ahead of Paris Games. That's also a story that you'll get to look. Now let us look at the last page of the People Daily Sports. Lukaku Italians return. Napoli launch bid for Chelsea outcast Romelu Lukaku as Antonio Conte eyes reunion with the blue striker, with the two clubs also locked in talks over potential deal for Victor Osimhen. Now that also a story that you'll have to read for the lovers of football. Please check on that. Cameroon's Fovu lost 4-0 CAF Cup defeat after fielding just 8 players. A story you can check on. Now, my dear viewers, thank you for keeping tuned and thank you for staying with us. Thank you for sparing time. Now it is your turn to grab a free copy of the People Daily newspaper. Just move to the vendors and grab a copy. It is free, and read more intensively. Thank you for keeping tuned this Wednesday. Keep watching for the programs that is lying ahead today. Be blessed. I'm your host, Isaiah Gagi. Thank you.